Thor is one of the most famous figures in world mythology, but even gods are not immortal. In Norse myth, Thor meets his fate in a dramatic final battle at the end of the world. Before we get to how Thor dies, we need to understand his greatest nemesis, Jörmungandr, the Midgard serpent. This massive creature, so enormous it encircles the entire world, is one of Loki's children and a symbol of chaos. Thor and Jörmungandr have several legendary encounters in Norse tales, including a famous fishing trip where Thor almost captures the serpent. Ragnarök, often called the Twilight of the Gods, is the apocalyptic showdown in Norse mythology where gods and monsters battle to the death, the world is destroyed and then reborn. At Ragnarök, great battles pit gods against giants and monsters. Odin faces the wolf Fenrir, Freyr fights the fire giant Surtur, and Thor confronts his greatest foe, Jörmungandr. This is the moment of Thor's fate. Armed with his hammer Mjölnir and legendary strength, Thor engages Jörmungandr in combat. The battle is ferocious. According to the mythic sources, Thor kills the serpent. A stunning victory that, on the surface, should be his triumph. But victory comes at a terrible cost. As the serpent falls, it releases deadly venom. Though Thor slays Jörmungandr, he is fatally poisoned by its venomous breath. The texts say he manages to take 9 steps after the battle, a powerful image of strength lingering even in his final moments, before collapsing and dying. This scene is described in the Prose Edda and the Poetic Edda, the 2 primary medieval sources that preserve Norse myths for us today. Thor's death isn't just a literal end, it's symbolic. Ragnarök represents the cycle of destruction and renewal, fundamental to Norse belief. Even mighty gods are not exempt from fate. Thor's struggle against chaos, embodied by Jörmungandr, reflects his worldview: heroism, sacrifice, and inevitability. The death of Thor marks not only the destruction of the old world, but also sets the stage for a new world, one that rises from the ashes after Ragnarök. In the myths, Thor's legacy doesn't entirely disappear. His sons, Magni and Mothi, survive Ragnarök and inherit his hammer Mjölnir, becoming part of the world's next generation of gods. This continuation hints at the rebirth that follows the cataclysm. Thor was not just a warrior god, he was the protector of Midgard, the realm of humans. Unlike Odin, who sought knowledge and prophecy, Thor fought endlessly to keep giants and monsters from destroying the world. His hammer Mjölnir was used to bless marriages, protect communities, and maintain cosmic order. This is why Thor's final battle matters so much. At Ragnarök, Thor is not just fighting for the gods, he is fighting for everything he has always protected. Thor and Jörmungandr are bound by fate long before Ragnarök. In earlier myths, Thor encounters the world serpent during a fishing expedition. He nearly kills it, but fate intervenes and the serpent escapes. This moment is crucial. Norse mythology is built on inevitability. Some battles are not meant to be won early. Thor and Jörmungandr must meet again, at the end of time, when the cost of victory will be total. Thor is not alone in his fate. At Ragnarök, Odin is devoured by the wolf Fenrir. Freyr falls to the fire giant Surtur, and Tyr dies fighting the hound Garm. But Thor's death is different. He wins his battle, and yet he still dies. This makes Thor's end one of the most tragic and meaningful deaths in Norse mythology. The number 9 appears constantly in Norse mythology. 9 worlds, 9 nights of Odin's sacrifice, 9 steps taken by Thor. These 9 steps symbolize endurance beyond reason, strength that persists even when death is inevitable. Thor does not fall immediately. He walks. and only then does fate claim him. Thor's death endures because it reflects a deeply human truth. You can do everything right, you can be strong, brave, and just, and still, sacrifice may be required. In Norse mythology, heroism is not about surviving, it is about standing your ground when you know you won't. Thor's death is one of the most powerful moments in Norse mythology, a testament to the bravery and tragic fate of the gods. He dies not from lack of strength, but from confronting the very forces that threaten the cosmos. Thor dies as he lived, fighting chaos so others may endure. And that is why the god of thunder is remembered, not as invincible, but as eternal. So let me ask you, do you think Thor truly won his final battle, or did fate win instead? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this myth, subscribe for more legendary stories from Norse mythology, where gods fall, monsters rise, and fate always wins.